Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. We told you prices looked like they were going down last night. Told you things didn't look good. Even this morning, BOOKMAP said down is the word, and I see 88,000 possibly coming for Bitcoin. We're going to break it down for you, show you why. We're going to get that music back up and running, and have no fear. These are good prices to be getting back in to some of your favorite projitos. If you can't handle a dip, then you can't handle a rip. Calm and cool as regular here on the channel. We still bought lower than these prices. They can't stop you when you come into a bear market. And if you didn't get into the bear market, stick with me. You'll be able to figure out how to do that. I believe hanging out with me for a 2 to 3 year cycle at least is how you get the most opportunity out of me. One college credit, $3,600 I paid for it. Me for 3 years is under $3,000. If you get the deal, it's like $2,100 for 3 years, a little over that. Maybe it's like 770 times 3. I mean, 7 times 3, 210, and then 2,100. It's 2,310, man, for 3 years. That's insane. And really, you want to be with me through cycles. You don't want to just make gains with me. That's cool. You want to watch an entire cycle ebb and flow. That's the important thing. You want to see the movement of a bear market to bull market. I'm telling you, I know you don't believe me. You're like, oh, this guy just wants to chill. You do whatever makes you happy. But I was in a trading group for 4 years. I was able to be with the mentor through the ebbs and flows, and that's how I was able to really. Most people don't do that. They're only in for a month or a year, or they get in for a bull run pump. See, I was there to learn the cycle of Bitcoin and really understand what was happening. I took it as I'm going to go to college for 4 years in this trading group. And I'm telling you right now, look at where I ended up. So if you take it really seriously and you take it like a college 4-year degree and you really go through the motions of the cycles with me, you're going to actually learn what I'm really, really attempting to teach. But if you just get into a bull market and make some gains, that's great. Don't get me wrong. That happens to a lot of people. They love it. They write me huge recommendations and testimonies, and it's awesome. But the sauce I'm really trying to teach you is the big idea, big picture sauce. Anyway, let's break down Bitcoin, show you what I see happening to BTC, and break it down for the day. You know, right now, I see this as a bit of a bear flag, right? And we could see that the 1 hour wanted to dump to the downside. That's the first thing I said to the students. I said, the 1 hour is likely coming back down here to the bottom of this falling wedge. And I drew the wedge, and we had a rising wedge break to the downside. We started the morning with the 1 minute showing a bit of a flag, like there was a chance it could break out right up there, but that was just no. Once we lost the 2 to May, no go. Little flag right there that ended up losing 2, and then slight bullish divergence here, but I'm not buying anything. It's more downside for me as far as I'm concerned for Bitcoin until the bulls can show us something. And, you know, since we lost the 4 hour 2 to May here, it's been all down all day, baby, right? The 6 hour holding the 2 to May. If we lose the 6 hour and we close the candle below, put a stop here and we could ride that lower down to the 8 hour 2 to May, which will bring us somewhere back to $87,000. To me, this is likely going to happen if we lose 91.9, but we're likely headed down to 91.9. We're going to show you what I see happening for BTC and break it down. If you're in my trading group, if you even just came to the weekly screen share last night, the weekly candle close, you would have been able to figure out what was happening to Bitcoin and had a pretty good idea of where we were going. Again, trading is lackluster unless you want to short the market or DCA into a coin of your choice. I mean, that's, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but that's the only real big opportunity that I see right now. Everything else is you know, tight. And I mean, look, we saw this head and shoulder last night and we talked about it. We went over it in depth. You know, you can see shoulder, head, right shoulder break to the downside. You break that neckline, I don't see how you don't come down at least to that 8 hour 2 to May. Then look, you have a gap in the VRVP. If you go through that gap, $75,000 is waiting for you. If you extrapolate the asset and you just, like a bot, look at the data, every time we lose a point of control of the VRVP, we drop down usually to a high volume node. That's happening as we speak right now. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, lost the neckline. That's happening as we speak right now. When we lose the 4 hour 2 to May, we go to the 6 hour 2 to May. That happened when we lose the 6 hour 2 to May, we go to the 8 hour 2 to May. We can see where we're likely going to go here. All right. If the bulls have been unable to do anything, they're not putting in higher lows. They're putting in lower lows, which say lower highs and lower lows to the downside. This would be a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68%. When they break down violently the length of this pole, and that would just be a boom. And that would be a nasty nasty long squeeze to the downside. BOOKMAP also suggests that we're going to the downside. Again, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go, but I'm just showing you. I mean, we do this every day. If you've been watching me for 3 years now, you know that I'm about 80 to 90% accurate. When I tell you where price action's likely going, we go there. Okay? That's the truth. Anyone can say, anyone's been watching me can say that. I've been watching myself. And I have a good photographic memory, and I can envision myself going live many times and being like, whenever we had a bunch of liquidity below, whenever we were losing to it in a maze, we did go lower. So you have to assume right now that the bears are in control until the bulls show you something different. And the bulls have yet to show you anything different. So why would you, it's like a lie. Two people are trying to lie to you and they're giving you your story. The bears are showing you the story. The bulls story is pretty weak, man. The bear story has a lot more sense to it. The bears can say, well, there was a nice support there at 95.8 and we broke it. And I'd be like, that's a pretty good story, bears. I give that to you, you know? And then the bears would say, you know, and we're attempting to head further down to 91.9 and then we'll see where we get. And then the bulls are like, we're going to try to hold 91.9. If we can't, we're headed back down to $87,000 for Bitcoin, headed to that 200 MA on the 8-hour time frame. So I see more downside for Bitcoin. Bearish engulfing candle. 1 hour looks absolutely horrible for more downside as well. And so, you know, it is what it is, but it looks pretty dumpy here for BTC. And even when we started this, it looked like we were going to come down and dump to the downside. When I looked at the 1 hour time frame, just when I did my morning update, I said, man, that looks so bearish. And it looks like you're going to dump to the downside. That's exactly what happened right after I gave the morning update. We dumped. Who watched the morning update and was able to either get into a short, or at least it didn't trade anything, but at least knew exactly what was likely going to happen. You're not surprised by this dip. Put a 333 if you watched the morning update and it gave you some insight into what's happening here in the market. All right. Can you look at render? Everyone taking profits to buy Christmas presents. Yeah. Short printing, baby. Amen. 333. Look at the 333s coming into the stream. And a lot of people are traveling today. Less people are online. You're going to get a smaller stream. It is what it is. It's just what happens. Good morning, friends. We love you. Still in the short, 20x. Woot woot. May God bless you. I like to see people print. So let's look at our 15-minute time frame. Again, rolled over. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Technically, in a way, a bit of a double top. And we dump to the downside. A little bit of bearish divvy right there as that swung down. And that's not perfect. That swings down, though. That swung somewhat up. You lost the 200 MA on the 7 with a bearish retest of it. Dump. And then it gives you the 1 minute time frame, attempting to do a double bottom here. And attempting to do some bullish divvy, but I'm not buying it. I'm really just not buying it. Looks more like a descending triangle to me. That's eventually going to take a dump ski to the down T to the 91,000. So I see more downside for Bitcoin. I could be wrong. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but I see more downside for BTC. All right. I'm traveling and still here, bro, in the car with the lady earbuds in. You're so funny, man. God bless you. Kraken is sending emails encouraging investors to take appropriate action. What are you talking about? That's a fake email, man. Yeah. Sound like you're an easily duped person. No offense. Yeah, be careful, my friend. Sound like you can easily get duped. All right. If you believe anything like that, you know, also who's sending emails to is I got a phantom sending emails. So it's time to upgrade your, get out of here, man. That's a bunch of nonsense. All right. If you keep getting wrecked, if you don't know how to trade, if you can't understand what's happening, join my class this Saturday. It is the last class of the year, the last time you could jump on it in 2024. $150 at the QR code or the link to jump on into class. I teach it live from 9 a.m. to 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. I can't wait to see you in class. It'll be amazing. The people that take that class see clarity. You're going to be able to see things for the rest of your life. You will be able to. Man, I get so many testimonials about that class. So a little bit of bullish divvy could save the day here for Bitcoin. What would put me long if we got above the 200 MA on the 1 minute? And if this decided to make a bit of an inverted head and shoulder. Okay. Here's our saving grace for Bitcoin, or like the maybe if, you know. I mean, it just looks nasty. I don't see how we don't go to the 200 MA on the 8-hour time frame. It just looks, it looks like that's our destiny. And that's going to break the 200 MA on a lot of daily altcoins. Yeah. I just want to let you know, man, we could be in for a massive, massive retrace here, and it could hurt a lot of people. We're talking mass pain. You know, that even could be the head and shoulder there. You see it? If you're not ready for anything that could happen, you're not ready for this market. I know I've been pissing a lot of people off because I've been done bearish. Like, I've been super bearish. But I'm not bearish. I'm just, you know, I'm super bullish when we're going up. I'm bearish when we lose 200 MAs on the 4-hour time frame. And I tell you guys that. I'm all about the 200 MA on the 4-hour. You stay above that thing, I'm like, The second you lose the 2-hour on the 4-hour, man, that means you could come to the 6-hour, the 8-hour, then the 12-hour, and then and that's how bear markets begin. I'm not saying this is the beginning of a bear market. All right. I firmly believe, you know, right. Actually, I don't know what I know. That's why I used to say I knew where I was and all that, because I wanted to give myself fake confidence. Honestly, I'm a human being that's 41 and a half years old, that's been trading the markets for 20 years. All right. I've been trading crypto since 2016. And are we in a larger cycle? Is this the beginning of a double 4-year cycle where we dump huge and then come back again? And 8 years from now, it's who knows? Anyone telling you that they know exactly what's going to happen is a liar. Okay. What I am good at is being able to scalp small time frames and figure out where we're going to go based on what happens. For instance, say we bounce here. All right. And we start to consolidate. Then I'm going to start to build this channel. And if we build this channel, then I'm going to know the probabilities of us breaking out are way higher. So someone that doesn't do TA, they're going to be looking at Bitcoin 3 weeks from now. And they're just going to be able to, it's at 104 now. I bet it will do blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be like, well, because it went sideways and it stayed in this flag, now we have a high likelihood of going 144,000. You see? If we break it, we dump down to the 8-hour, then we have to get the bounce there. Right? If we lose the 8-hour, then we have to think, are we going to the 12-hour 200 MA? Are we going to the daily? Are we going to revisit this high volume node? And there will be shorts to be had in here. Once we lose that 8-hour, there's going to be scalp shorts. If we bounce here, there's going to be scalp longs. So I don't have to identify what we're going to do exactly. I don't have to call this exact bottom, which we have done times in the bigger time frames. I just have to be able to identify a change in trend on a bigger time frame and be able to take advantage of the scalps of the smaller time frames. You see, that's what I do for a living. That's my strategy. So like, it's kind of, the movement is important for the overall, portfolio. But we can make money either way, whether we come down here and bounce, whether we come up here and bounce. Okay, and I'm open-minded to anything, but man, we're about to lose 93,000 now. It's a bloodbath out here. Let's be honest. We've been dumping since the show began. Nasty, nasty. So I see a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder. I see a neckline about to break, and I see a beautiful measured move to the downside. And again, and then I see a movement to the 8-hour 200 MA, and I see somewhere $77,000, $78,000 Bitcoin. All right. And I hate to be the bearer of bear news, as I always say. And look, that even gives us the 618 and the 786. It gives us that area of retracement for BTC. Is this guaranteed? No. Could we bounce? Yes. Could we never lose 93,000? Anything is possible, but I mean, we didn't hold 97.2 like I told you on the weekly. I told you if we didn't hold 97.2, I'd become a bear. I've been bearish ever since, man. And I stick to my word. I don't flip-flop. I don't go, that's a head and shoulder pattern, period. I don't know what to tell you. They break down 68% of the time by the book. If you trade by the book, you can't go one way and then go the other. This is what it is. All right. Shout out to the 2,139 people here on the live. Thank you for everybody coming on in. Chat revenue, $4. Likes, 340. Let's get those likes up to the watchers, 2,000. We had 1,700 scared people here. And I know you ain't scared. Your lifers, you're amazing. God presented the most beautiful people here. God, thank you, dear Lord, for all the people that you did send that did hit the like button. I'm so grateful. 344 people to hit that like button. Gratitude always creates abundance. So if I'm thankful for the 344, I'm sure I'll get more. Dear Lord, thank you for what you have given me in this life. Thank you for the health of my kids, the ability to wake up this morning, the ability to even know what cryptocurrency is. The ability to take a shot. I know I don't win everything. I know the portfolio goes up and down. Help me extrapolate my emotions from my portfolio. Help me be present with my family no matter what happens this, Christmas and during the holidays, and help me really enjoy what it means to be alive and not be so caught up in the monetary value of my portfolio. Amen. Amen. No, I think that's what we all struggle with. That's what I struggle with. I want to be present with my family. I don't want to have to stress because it looks like we may take a dump. They like to do this. They dump me. There's been 4 or 5 family holidays where they dump Bitcoin really bad too, like bloodbath style. And one time I could barely eat turkey. I was sick inside, and I don't want to ever do that again. I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it, man. Yeah, and people did get sidelined. The price pumped so hard. It looked like it was going from 108 to 120, and people were out. And a lot of people aped in because they thought they'd never get lower than $100,000 again. These are great prices when you think about it. We were at 108, so I see a move to the downside, but you never know. I'd love a bounce. If we can bounce, what would I long? I would long a retest of 98. See that key? That's such a key level there. See, resistance, fell through, bounced, fell through, resistance. If we got above here and bounced, I would long that. Found some divergence there, pulled a local fib. If there's a 618786, followed by maybe like a 1 or 5 minute bullish divvy, I would long that bounce, right? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. It could be so ugly. I don't know, but that's a stretch. I'm pushing it there. So let's get back into the smaller time frames and let me show you what I see happen. And so then to this morning, it was like, could we get saved by an Adam and Eve double bottom? That's what I was just attempting to build, but it just looks like we may blast through this low today and just call it a day. But I also drew a bear flag and said it also looks to me like somewhat of a bear flag. And I said the length of that pole takes you down to about $87,000. And so there you have it. Stop above there, let it go. Stop above that resistance right there. And go further to the downside. And look, even in here, you can see this shoulder, head, right shoulder. So it's apparent to me what the probability is. That's 77.5, 76,000. So that would the alts would get absolutely obliterated. We'd be back to where we were. Like in the mini bear market of this quote unquote bull market that we went through for the last 6 months from March all the way back to October. It was insanity. So, and we still DCA'd, we still traded Bitcoin savagely. We had so many wins, some losses, but we did pretty dang good. Short squeeze after short squeeze. Wow, this is like garbage. Garbage price action. Bring that right in there. So yeah, I am bearish, as you can see. And then it almost looks to me like just like a rounded top at this point too. And rounded tops just do not pay the bills. So let's see if the bottom is in there and we get a bounce. There's still a low. We are still hugging a higher low. And I'm going to tell you right now, price action is sketchy because it's like trading. It's going to be like trading 5 Mondays in a row. Sundays and Saturdays, they're low volume, especially on a holiday for America. So, and again, I don't, I got to be honest. It's like telling you guys that there's going to be no waves at the beach. And, it's going to be hard to surf. And it's like, well, why would I show up to surf? We can still have fun. We can still uplift with the gift. We can still raise our frequencies together. And see, that's what this show's about. It's not just about trading. It's about raising your vibration. Because once you do get rich, because you will if you stay true to yourself and you keep pushing, I truly believe anyone will. And once you have what you've truly desired in this world, and everything kind of comes together, what else? You're going to need your health, your mindset. And so I really preach mindset and health here because it gets even, when you get rich, it gets even harder. When you can have whatever you want, go wherever you want, eat wherever you want, right? You got to start, having more control over what's going on. For instance, I could eat at almost any restaurant I want. And I just check my levels of my omega-3s. And there's this thing called Zenzino, all right, that I'm starting. And I may even become an influencer with them. I'll talk to the company and all that. But right now, it's a Norwegian formulation and extend. See this stuff? Anyway, you can look it up. But it's about your omega-3s. And my omega-3s were 45 to 1. All right? They're supposed to be 1 to 1 or 3 to 1. Back when people ate whole grains in the 1800s, 1700s, the omega-3 levels were right, but they're out of control now. Does anybody here know their omega-3 levels? Does anyone know what I'm talking about with Zinzino? All right? I want to know if anybody has any idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, shout out to Cheris Evans. Yeah, I have good friends that are doctors, extremely, they're in this field. That's all they do. They're experts like I am in crypto. And they sat me down and brought it all to me and explained it all. Yeah. Trump needs those BTC at lower prices. We did it. Yeah. You were right. I eat 7 twice a week for omega-3s. Yeah. I know about now. Seed oils have warped our levels. Exactly. The seed oils have ruined our omega-3 levels. So you'll go, like I go at the dinner a lot. And I think it's cool. And I found out my omega-3 levels are so off the charts, insane, that I can't eat out anymore as much as I used to. I really have to start watching what I'm eating because I'm a healthy guy, and I'm eating healthy. I'm eating steak and vegetables. I'm eating, for the most part, but I'm getting a lot of seed oils that are hidden. I would never bring a seed oil in my house. It's all olive oil and really good olive oils. Snake oil from Brian Johnson, the guy that wants to stay alive for years to come. I bought his oil. I mean, of course. And he studied the best olive oil in the game. And his oil is the best. I'm telling you right now. Brian Johnson's the guy that believes he can reverse his age, right? But he has this snake avocado right here, extra virgin olive blueprint. He just calls it snake oil, but it's blueprint. And honestly, elevate your well-being with our highly polyphenol premium blueprint extra virgin olive oil. Our cold pressed extraction method preserves maximum nutrients. Like, he would never sell you anything. He puts his name on it. Boasts high polyphenol count, over 400, premium quality, fresh is better, trusted and verified. He has all the, the current specs of the Portugal harvest. And he knows what he's doing, man. And so this is where I buy my extra virgin olive oil. And it isn't even that bad. It's a pretty good bottle for $35, man. Anyway. Eric Bird's my dude. Whenever I have a problem, I listen to Dr. Eric Berg. 100%. Whoever just said that, you're spot on. Yeah. Whenever I have any issues, I go to Dr. Eric Bird, and that's my guy, man. 100%. Yeah. If you want to be healthy, just move away from the U.S. into any Mediterranean country and eat normally. I know, right? He's 100% right. Mediterranean diet is great. And they use olive oil and they eat right. 100%, Jamie. So sad what they do here in this country. We have so much abundance, yet we live in so much ignorance when it comes to nutrition. So rounded tops don't pay the bills. And you could even look for maybe an inverted cup and handle here that could dump us to the downside. That's a possibility as well. I've seen those happen. But right now, we rounded that top. We're forming a dump. And that's that right shoulder of this bigger head and shoulder pattern that is looming its head. Unless we can pull off some type of double bottom Adam and Eve here and save the day for Bitcoin and be back above 97.2 in the next 2-3 days. It does look like we're headed further down to $87,000. 87 is look like the first stop, so we'll go there and we'll go from there. So, yeah, it looks like more downside is coming for Bitcoin. And then we can get in by getting into a flag on the 5-minute time frame. Right? And so right here, I would look for Bitcoin to flag out. Looks like it may even continue a little lower here first. But then it will likely flag back to the 21, and then that flag could continue that dump. Like, we're a flag away from the target of 91,000. 91.9, all right? I would love a reversal. I'm just not seeing it, my friends. If we get an inverted head and shoulder, what is the reversal? Could we get a shoulder? This is how open-minded I am. Can we get an inverted break above the 200 MA and get a break back to the upside? But right now, you have to take it on the chin and suggest that we do go lower here for Bitcoin. That's it. Look, you just lost this level, too. You just broke this low at 93.8. A saving grace. The 8s are important. I have food allergies the U.S. said I don't have when I visit Italy. I think it's the pesticides used in the U.S. that are legal in Europe and other countries. 100%. Four-hour Bitcoin bullish divergence market cipher. Market cipher, let's just see what you're saying here. Because I own market cipher. Look, invite only, right? Look at that, market cipher, right? With the lock. That would be B, right? See? Market cipher, I trade market cipher. My indicators are basically market cipher without anyone, you know what I mean? 100%. Where, let's go to a random chart. Bybit, spot. So bullish divergence would be a swing down and a swing up. I don't see bullish divergence. They'd have green dots there. This was a slight bullish divvy, and I'll tell you why. Because that's a sharp downtrend, and that trend isn't as sharp. You see, and the way I do divergence is, if this line continues and this line continues, if they intersect, it's divergence. So that was a Class C bullish divergence. Again, it gave a bounce on the green dot, and it is giving you a higher trigger wave. And look, I got divergence on my indicator. See my indicator? See how the trigger wave is the stochastics RSI? Look at the stochastics RSI. Look, it come down, this comes down. This came up, this came up. You see? Divergence is the green dots, right? Curving up the MACD. So you can just see that I basically trade market cipher indirectly without even, you know. And then there's the RSI, which is this line here. You can see it's the same line. It comes up, it turns white. I don't know. It's same. It's just, if you trade for years, eventually every indicator is the same indicator over time. Most people can't see that, but over time you will see that. Now, so this is saying, hey, that's a bullish divergence. We should get a bounce here. They're saying you're going to get a bounce. I don't know, man. I'm not buying it. Indicator says that's your buy right there, and that's your bottom. Even my indicator is supporting a big bullish divergence here to the upside. And shout out to CryptoFace, my guy, man. I love his indicator's amazing. I just want to say it's great. And God bless everybody in the space. They're all awesome people, man. I love everybody. I want to see everybody prosper and thrive. I never want to be rude or hurt anybody's feelings. I always want to be, you know, there's space for everybody in the space. And God bless you all. So look, I mean, a bearish engulfing candle though. I just see, you know, right now, I mean, it did get a bounce right now, right? A $300 bounce there. But I don't know. That's got to make some type of inverted head and shoulder. There's a slight bullish divvy here. That's a sharp move down, and that's flat. That's actually some bullish divergence right there. You see it? And there's even a little bit of bullish right there as that swings up while that swings down. But is it strong? You know? So again, like I showed you on the other chart, you're making a bear flag here. And once you interact with the 21, you would have to assume you go further to the downside. I appreciate the calm way you speak, bullish or bearish. It's easy to get over emotional listening to some YouTubers. You help me stick to the plan. Amen. Thank you, Stuart Bell. God bless you, my friend. All right. I mean, you know why? Because bullish is bearish and bearish is bullish. All right. You never use the Smart Money Index, and I heard there are different charts with gaps that need to be filled. Is there anything like that for crypto? There's CME. We have a CME chart. And there is a gap down on the CME, and I'll show that to you right now on the CME futures. We'd like everyone to get all the information they can here. And on the CME futures, there's a big old gap waiting down there at about $78,000. So that would be, I told everyone that's a great place to put some orders for BTC. Around 78,000, you know, a $10,000, $20,000 order there for BTC. Catch yourself your first third of a Bitcoin in your life. I mean, that could be a great area for movement. We had this broad, I had the, you know, the Livermore cylinder, but the Livermore cylinder doesn't get that wide. All right, that's rare. So once you kind of broke the upward trend, I mean, that kind of ended the idea that that would have been an uptrending flag. So far, unless that can wick back inside and change the day here. And look at the daily candle, just horrible. So, I mean, that's the CME, so we'll look at it on the regular. But there's your gap down in the CME, down to $78,000 for Bitcoin, right? Again, I see more downside for BTC. I see this making a bit of a bear flag and continuing to the downside. I'm not changing my tune on that. The only way I would long if we broke back above a resistance that we just broke, like 94.8, got above the 200 MA on the 5-minute time frame. This made some type of reversal pattern. Right now, I see continuations to the downside. It's a bearish continuation pattern. I mean, you can see it, you can feel it, you can smell it. I've been doing this for a long time, my friends. It's pretty obvious what way we're going to go. I'm sorry. It's not that hard to figure out over time. Okay. When the market's sketchy, they'll stop you out though, even when you know what's happening. So you got to be even more careful. Despite knowing where the market's going, you have to even be better about making money on that idea. All right. For years, I could call it the market, but I didn't touch the leverage trade because I wasn't really comfortable leverage trading. You saw me. I eased into my leverage trading. I started with small amounts, then added. Then the next thing you knew, you saw me with $300,000 positions. I ended up making a $500,000 position at one point. That was the biggest trade of 2024 for me. And I hit some massive gains when Trump was when I was in Nashville, traveling in an Airbnb, making like $3 to $4 grand in a night. I couldn't believe it. I made like $6 grand that time just trading in 3 days at the Airbnb while I was having the time of my life, running around, meeting people, going out to dinners. It was awesome. It was absolutely amazing. Had the time of my life in Bitcoin Nashville. And I want to thank each and every one of you because you guys showed up. You made my channel amazing. Because my channel was amazing, I get respected in the industry and people know who I am. So you guys made me a baller, man. You guys made me the best. Thank you so much. Every single one of you that showed up on this stream every single day this year. And I told you I'm going to get very sentimental as we end the year here. Only 8 more days left of this stream. And I'm going to say I started from January 1st and ended the day. We did not take one day off this year. Not one day did we miss. We were suited up, ready to rock. You know, whether we were in you guys saw it every single day, man. Thank you. And may God continue to bless your family. May God continue to bless your family. Amen. All right. Amen. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. Just found you, man. You're amazing. I found you today and you're amazing. May God bless you. See, I found another cool person who loves my vibes and my energy. That means there's so many more out there that like my vibes and my energy, and you gives me hope that there are more lifers to come. We're going to create more multimillionaires. We're going to change the world. One person, one day, one energy, one star seed at a time, baby. We are all a star seed that makes a constellation together. Orion's belt and beyond. I love you all. I really do, man. The love is real here because I can love strangers because the strangers created this opportunity for me. And you guys created the biggest opportunity of my life, the opportunity to go after my dreams and to be somewhere every single day and have purpose. 2,600 beautiful souls here on the live, 600 likes. Are you kidding me? I am so blessed and so grateful every single time I come out. So there you go. I mean, it is trying to make a strong bullish divergence here. See it? It's attempting to bottom strong. Master Friend called the bottom here. He's made, I got so much faith in my team. I have no idea what's going to happen. To me, I see bearishness. I see the length of this pole taking a beat down. At least to 91,008. It goes a little lower, but, we should hit support. This suit looks awesome. Thank you. And I do have pants on. Okay? Gray pants to match the suit. Off gray, though, to match the tie. See? I don't like to wear suits. I like to wear, I wear, you guys don't care what the hell I'm wearing. I'm so full of myself. This is ridiculous. So sorry. Let's get back to the charts. Do you really want to know what kind of pants I have on, honestly? Do you honestly? Let's get real. All right. What about Hyperliquid? That was last week's bottom, brother. Okay, God bless you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Sorry. I knew something was up there. I don't want to misspeak. He used to wear pants so mainstream. No, but I'm not going to stop you from expressing yourself. We need this change in style. I had a diagram drawn today and I wanted to see if anyone could understand what it was, right? Now, so you have a plane, right? And then you got a circle in the plane, okay? And then you have a bar, right? Now, the key is to get this part of the bar into the circle, right? Right? Now, you have to angle it slightly to do that, right? So you have to come down like this. Okay. What is this? What am I talking about? Does anyone have any idea what I'm talking about here? Let's see how amazing everybody is here. Does anyone have any idea what I'm talking about when I draw this diagram? What am I talking about? Okay. Anybody? Anybody? This is how you wash your belly button, okay? Who here didn't wash their belly button today? I know you didn't, but today I was in there digging. I had it like this, man. If this was my belly button, I was... Sorry. But I'm just saying, you got to make sure you wash your belly button, okay? And you got to get that belly button washed there every single day. I bet you didn't. Who didn't wash their belly button? Be honest, put a 4 if you didn't wash your belly button today. Okay? You dirty sickos. Go, stop the stream right now. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Go in the bathroom. Get some soap, get a sponge, and wash your freaking belly button, for crying out loud. You just... I love you, man. God bless you all, man. But I just, you know what I mean? I want to make sure you know how to take care of yourself here. So make sure, man, you got to get the corner of the soap in the circle, man. Like, don't play games, all right? This is insanity. These are the things I'm thinking about this morning while I'm washing my belly button. I'm like, well, I remember to do it, so now I can call everybody else that didn't remember out. Because nobody remembers to do it every day. I don't care who you are. You forget some days. That is humans, man. You're a human. You don't always remember to... So I want you to laminate. I want you to print this out right now and laminate it. Stick it to the wall in your bathroom. Don't forget to wash your belly button. Crypto lifer. You'll never forget again for the rest of your life. Oh my gosh. May God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So can we move further to the downside here? 91,700 would be the target of this bear flag. Unless we can get some miraculous jump to the upside, we can make this Adam and Eve double bottom here for Bitcoin and begin to get on out of here to the upside. Do you use a washcloth or a bar of soap in hand? It depends on the day. It depends on the day. That's good, TA. Can you look for the trade of the 1 minute? No, I'm not going to be trading live for probably for the rest of the year. Yeah, I'm going to be, I'm sorry to hurt people's feelings, but it's unlikely. It's just sketchy business. Honestly, it's the lowest volume of the year. It's usually the worst trading in the last. It's honestly like, it's like you go, I'm not sorry, I am a heterosexual man, and you go to meet women when you're younger. It's like going to the beach when there's no women there, man, and you're single and you want to look for women. Like, it's sketchy times. Look, that's a head and shoulder right there. You see it. Don't reinvent the wheel. That's a head and shoulder that wants to dump to the downside. Right there. I see more downside coming. It just looks bearish to me. And we're below 200 MAs. And so I see dumpage for BTC. 1 minute scalp right now could be to short this right there with a stop above the shoulder. You could even use maybe the 50-day moving average there. I don't like the parameters of the short. I know there's less people in the market. They could go right back up and hit you off and then go right back down. It's just, it's not your, I know people want, I'm Sammy the live trader, but I got to tell you, when the best times to trade are and when they're not. I've been trading these markets for years. And I even know in the year when the best time to trade is. Right? Because I've been through these cycles. I understand the entire yearly cycle. And I'll tell you right now, opening up an account on December and saying, I'm going to make it all back today, and December 31st, worst thing you could do, in my humble opinion. Not your day. Look, that's a shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's a descending triangle. I'd be surprised if that doesn't dump right now in your face dead at 92.8. I'd be very surprised. The odds are 68% chance that's going down. 7 out of 10 times that's going to dump on you. So that is a live trade right there. That's a live short right there. All right. Am I taking it? I just don't feel like live trading until we resettle and the year begins again. We get Trump back in office. Things kind of, I want to, there's too many iffy things going on right now. I also got my kids here at home. I want to enjoy them. And I'm going to be light trading for the next 8 days. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It is what it is. I'm an American and I want to be with my family. All right. And I obsessively trade. I obsessively work. I rarely take any time away from anything. I'm going to trade constantly. Everybody knows that in the group. It's insane. And I'll probably still obsessively trade no matter what I say. I say I'm going to do all the right things, but we'll see what happens. I talk a good game. I ended up trading savagely for the most part. That's going to dump on you right there. I am 90% sure that's going to dump. When you're swimming in the ocean, you're swimming on fish piss. So it doesn't make a difference if you pee in the water, bud. What? That's the most insane thing I've ever heard. You could took the week off, but you're here. Unmatched work ethic. God bless you. What happened last Christmas bull run? Nastiness. I just told you, someone asked for a live trade. I just gave you one. You're in the money now. If you can move your stop loss to break even as fast as possible and cover, I would cover quickly on these days because I don't trust the market at all. It's about time to start looking for the next 100x coin. We all know how it goes for the next few months. I'm looking for some get here funny. Adam and Eve on the 1 hour. Sam, can you please check H bar, please? Some dude was talking about passing. Who cares, man? What a waste of our time. Christmas pump, not this time. It doesn't look like it, my friends. No, it doesn't look like a bit of a Christmas pump now. I'd like to tell you we're going to the upside, but it ain't happening now. So tuck yourselves into bed, get yourself a nice apple cider, and sleep until January 1st. Oh no. I want you guys to come and take a ride on I want to take Master Friend for a ride on my golf cart, man. That thing, he seemed to like it. Your response to my Twitter was hot. I looked at it all day. I was like, man, this guy's the best. I love you, Master Friend. You're a good guy. Make me smile. Once you have all the monetary things that you could probably desire, once you've checked most of the things off your list that you'd want, that you desire in your life, and I don't know what the number is, but there's a certain number they say that once you hit that number, it really everything else is diminishing returns, right? It's about relationships, and it's about finding good relationships. See, what I don't like is everything's sitting at that perfect place. The 618 Fibonacci retracement. Maybe we wick down to the 786, even GALA, right? These are great projects with good teams. It's just Bitcoin's keeping all of them down, right? Master Friend, you the man. You see the market's coming back in January 1st. It's all about friends. Amen. Sam, as an experienced trader, do you recommend I hold my spot bags at 30? I don't recommend you do anything. Anything. I can't tell you what to do with your spot. It's none of my business, my friend. I am not telling you. I will never tell you what to do with your portfolio. I didn't even have to finish reading that statement. I don't know what you do, man. You do you. You do you. I don't sell my bags until I take a beat down, I put what I'm willing to lose, or I make massive gains. I go down with the shipper, I make gains. That's it. I put what I'm willing to lose. AAVE still pumping while Bitcoin dumping. That's crazy. Look at that. They pumped it right back to the upside and then would have stopped, They're going to go up and down all day long. I would not trade a dang thing. Trust me. Listen to me. Listen to Master Friend. Master Friend, you think this is a great couple weeks? You want to trade this week? You start opening up your biggest positions this week? Is this when you go hard? So they just stop hunted right there immediately. They dumped and pumped, right there on the smaller time frames. AAVE, pumped off the... now there's still strong coins. There's a bunch of strong coins, and we know them. We've talked about them. We've gone over them till we're blue in the face in the trading group. We even see gains over this weekend. We found coins that made gains. Scoutly made 100% overnight on Saturday night, right? This bounced off the 618, looking nice. There's a low, there's a higher low. So this has, you know, DeFi. AAVE, the king of DeFi. I remember getting into AAVE at 80 bucks in the last rally, riding it to 540, 500 bucks. All right. This guy said poet. I grab what this I don't know what he's saying there. So what I do is I just grab stuff. Sean, look these up. Tell me what these are if you can. Tell me what the heck he's saying there and get on that. Get into that if you can. Your mind might wander. We are lifers. The other YouTubers told me to buy this dip on alts. Do you see 2x January and February? Honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen. I do believe these are great prices. DCA, if you believe in a project and you really, really like it, I mean, you're buying undervalued, right? You're not chasing green candles. So shout out to Evan Aldo in the house. Evan, man, it was so nice. You know, I was about to go to bed. It was late the other night, and I had streamed, and I was like, look at this guy on the weekend putting in the work. You know what I mean? And it's just about putting that work, man. You were putting in the work. Years from now, right? We'll see where it turns out. You'll see it'll all pay off, man. Hey, man, look at others on December 23rd. Hit the bottom on that date exactly 4 years ago. Interesting. Look at others on December 2020. Hit the bottom on that date years ago. Let's take a look. BTC USD all-time history index. Delete everything here. Let's look. December 23rd of 2020. All right. Right here, right? Let's see if it even resembles what we're looking at. Right here. Yeah, so let's take a look at what was happening and how it looked. Number one, how did the weekly look, right? Because I'll show you just, let's deep dive this idea here. So we had a pump, we're rallying off the highs after the halving, we're pumping, and here we are, right? December of 2020, just like where we are now, December of 2024, right? And Bitcoin makes this nice rally. And you could see it was in a bit of a flag, and some could say, oh, it lost the flag, but it came back down, kind of ended up staying inside of like what looks to me like a bit of an ascending triangle, right? It's not a pretty bullish pattern to me. It was on the 21-day moving average on the daily. Moving averages were somewhat close. Look at how the weekly looked at that time. The weekly, you were away for the 21, but you had just left the 21 on the weekly. You see that? You had just left the 21. So you just began the gap from the 21. It really just began a push off. So you were at the very beginning, early stages of a cycle. All right. Now you were overbought on the weekly RS stochastics, but look, there's no bearish divergence at all yet. Not even close. You don't put the bearish divergence until here, way further on, right? So now, but again, yes. And then when we go back to the daily, that bottom, but you can clearly see the differences between then and now. Number one is the infancy of the move was very early because we were just on the 21 and we're still kind of gapping away. And so right there, 23rd. Okay, and then we made another flag here. And then right there on the 23rd, that we would eventually make a daily bottom. But again, look how bullish this all looked. We had pumped, consolidated. A little bit of daily bear there, but not as, But that was our bottom right there, the 23rd of December. The same day as today, 4 years ago. We would come up, have a red day, but then, price really would never go lower than that. And we would continue to rip. And that price was like 22,000. Now, let's see the difference between now and then. And I'll kind of show you some stuff, dude. You'll learn a lot through this process as well. So look, what's the difference here now? Well, we go to the weekly, and we were just near the 21, which ain't that bad, and we did just gap away. That has some similarities to the previous one, but that was more like here. See how we really just started the rally, and then we had just gapped up? I think we were more like right there at that point. We've had a huge move. The moving averages also have had time to really widen, come closer and widen again. RSI is pulling down, and the very big difference here is just a very large bearish divergence on the weekly, right? We just don't have, the only last time we've ever had bearish divergence on the weekly was here. And it really begins the beginning of a bear market every single time. Could this be the beginning of some type of black swan bear market? It could be. It really could be. I have to be honest. If we did have a black swan bear market, it would begin just like this. You'd have bearish divergence, overbought. It would look, that's when we had, that's how this is exactly how it looked when we dumped last time. I'm not trying to be a crazy everyone gets all freaked out here when I do this. They get real like, well, look, I mean, you're away from the 21. You've got bearish divergence. You're overbought on the stochastics RSI. It comes like once every 4 years. It's a very rare signal. It's not like you see it all the time. And you have it here again. It's the same setup. Like, it's the exact same setup. I don't know what to say. All right. You know, all coins are oversold, so it doesn't matter if Bitcoin drops now. It does, though. You'd be surprised. They can always get beaten up even more. All right. I see more dumb side coming for Bitcoin. I really do. And I don't like saying that. I am such a bull. I love Bitcoin. I hold the majority of my money in Bitcoin. Like, you know what I mean? Like, BTC all day long, man. Like, to the day I die. But I mean, I'm also a technical analyst, and the charts are so good at showing me what's likely happening on a daily basis with high probability. That's a descending triangle. That tells me you're dumping down to 91,008 not too long from now. You can say, oh, but there's a strong bullish divergence now, and we're trying to hold it. Okay, fine. Break out. Break above 94.8 and retest it. Retest 94.8 on a flag above the 200 MA. And I'll take a long with the 21 touching. Fine. And then I would long, but only then. The bulls have to show me something, a reversal on the smaller time frames. All right. And again, the way the market is, I would not be surprised if they just go brrr, and they wreck all the shorts right now that are trying to take this down. It's not a good day to trade leverage. I'd stay off leverage trading today. But your guys going to do whatever makes you happy, so I can't stop you. Let's take a look at Solana. AAVE looking strong for sure. Of all the coins out there, AAVE looking strong. Pinlink is something you want to take a look at. That's been strong, right? Virtual has been strong. There's a bunch of coins that are really kind of, they got their own ecosystems. They're holding their own, and things could do damage. This looks like it's following BTC, and sad to say, I mean, if you don't get a bounce here, that's a descending triangle that's going to dump too as well. That's going to take you further down, somewhere to 132. At least down to 159. Yeah. Funny, people should start putting their Bitcoin in TEMA. Let's take a look at TEMA. It's been a strong coin too as well. With the smaller market cap, it can hold up a lot better. Look at TEMA. It's sitting perfectly inside of the ascending triangle. Now, Bitcoin dumps today. I'd be surprised. Even this will dump. So be careful, but TEMA has been holding it. We talked about it when it had a $4 million market cap about somewhere, right? I think it's 7x. And I see a possible double up coming out of TEMA. The most famous raccoon. Check out TEMA. We've been looking at it for a long time. Someone brought it up. I neglectedly didn't want to look at it because that's how I start with all memes. I'm like, come on. Then they warm up to me. Then they start to grow. Then I see their strength. And then the charts start giving me bullish indications. And I just listen to that. I just listen to what the charts tell me. Solana struggling, not looking good there at all. All right. Merry Christmas, Sam. Is this the end of the bull market for Bitcoin? I have to be honest. I don't know. I'm open-minded to believe that something Worst that I believe could happen, could happen. Yeah. I don't want to. I want to say to myself that it's up only, and I want to lie to myself emotionally. But I have to be really honest, but that just may not be the case. That just may not be the case. If anything, it looks like we're getting some type of pullback to a key Fibonacci level, which would be the $73,000 level, which is the 618 golden pocket. You would have to be ready for that move. If you're not ready for that move, you haven't seen trading. You haven't been through trading. Look, let's pull a fib here. The last pump we had, we came right to the 618 and we bounced off of it. That's just what you do. You retrace 68% of the pump. That's where people capitulate. That's where emotions really can't handle it. That's where people panic sell. They've figured it out. Again, is that going to happen? Guaranteed. Could we get a bounce and go sideways, make an ascending triangle, an ascending triangle and pump? That could happen. I'm open-minded to both scenarios, but each day I say that we're going lower and lower, and you can't lie to yourself. You got to be real. That looks like you're dumping down to 91.8. So again, another trade there. Someone's like, oh, where's the live trade? There's the trade right there. It's only a 2.5 risk to reward ratio, but that would be the trade. Stop loss above that high, rejection. Unless you want to go higher and then go lower. Like that could be, you know what I mean? Or ascend it to 90,900. But this to me looks like the most likely scenario for Bitcoin at the present moment. This descending triangle dumps to the downside. Another look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's just all dumpage. All rejection. After divergences, resistance, resistance, resistance. Price action is telling you what it wants to do. Whether you listen to it or not, it's up to you. That is a live trade right there. The entry would be now. The stop above 93,800. The target at 91.8. And bring it on home, baby. Bring it on home. Already starting to fall into the money as we speak. Okay. When alts start moving downside, it will be a bloodbath phase 2, unbearable for most investors. This will be demolished alt season for at least a few months. It wouldn't be normal compared to previous bull runs. It would not. It would not. It would take at least 2 to 3 months to recover, just like the last time. To be fair, if worse came to worse and we took a nasty dump, I wouldn't even be upset. We made history this year, reaching 100,000. I say we had an awesome year this year. I agree. There was a lot of really amazing things that did happen. All right. Phantom Sonic migration, that's going to be a big deal. Huge deal, actually. And then we're going to look at GALA as Bitcoin starts to take the bait here. I thought we went over GALA already. Yeah, it's got to hold the 200 MA there on the daily. It's sitting at the 786. I mean, again, Bitcoin dumps, this dumps. How much lower can they go, yo? I agree with everybody. Like, how much lower? Bitcoin dumps, like, how much lower can the alts go? All right. I love this. People saying, I'm calling the bull run over. I never said that. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm just preparing for a worse dump than I believe could happen. So when it happens, I'm not sitting there like, oh, my God, I wasn't ready for this. You know, I'm getting myself ready for what could be the worst case scenario. So I can be pleasantly surprised if it does not happen. I can be like, oh, thank the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Nasty dump, scary. I take one every morning. Oh my gosh. Once Trump takes office, we will take off. Now is the time to get your bags ready at DCA. I firmly believe these are great prices to DCA in. I do. And I still see good potential. There's so much innovation in the market moving. In the last week, we saw all these new age techs come out of nowhere, sentience and beings and pumps, and so it tells me there's potential here. Like last night, this weekend we made a double up, so there's money to be made out here. You just got to be careful. Yeah, last time there was one big push to create the double top. I will place an incredible leverage short when that happens. Fan greed resetting. I haven't sold anything. No. I don't sell my bags. I get into them pretty early, man. I might cover a few of my swing trades. Like I took profits last week on some swing trades, and if I'm in a swing trade that I just wanted to make a quick buck on, I may take the money out. But for the most part, no. You know. There's a strong divergence here. There's a chance we bottom out, but that looks like a dump is about to happen anytime. That even looks, look, now that's doing, it's just they keep giving us shoulder, head, and come up and make a right shoulder now. Either we're screwed or altcoin season is right around the corner. Exactly. We're like, and usually that's when we do get the bounce, when it looks like the end is near. So, alts can reverse all losses within a week in one reverse. Exactly. Exactly. I think it's all season can happen without stimulus money. Why is the fear I smell? It's all I remember. No matter what, eventually we shall go. It's programmatic destiny. I already bought like a maniac, literally before the lower than these dips. You guys saw me. I put the $250,000 in when render was $5, $6, $7. Near was $5 even, $4.80. It's crazy, right? Now, Bitcoin dominance drops for a couple reasons. It would be people are selling Bitcoin for Tether, or they're selling Bitcoin for altcoins. So you want to juxtapose this with Tether dominance to get the full picture. Otherwise, you won't really see what's happening. So what I like to do is I like to put them together and look at Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance at the same time. Make sure they're on the same time frame too, and you want to look at what's happening. Look, see, I see Bitcoin dominance in this big flag, like it's just going to consolidate before a bigger move. And look, as Bitcoin, so Bitcoin dominance dumped hard, Tether dominance went sideways, so people were getting into altcoins because only a few people were getting into Tether. You can see that. Tether didn't make a big jump. And on my macro analysis video, we go over this stuff every week, you know. I mean, Tether dominance is starting to climb. Right there, you can see on the daily, but it is a bit overbought. And that could be a nice flag and starts to dump to the downside. Let's look at it on the 4-hour time frame. I mean, almost a bit of a flag there, right? That may break out. If Bitcoin dumps out of that bear flag, boom, Tether dominance is going to pump hard. Boom, because people are going to run out of their altcoins and they're going to run out fast. Understand? And it does look like you may get a little dump there. Even that, look, it's kind